Um, how's your job going?
It's going on really smooth. What should I say? It's a very relaxed job. It doesn't stress me at all.
Great. And
Yeah,
it's got,
it's
it's
great.
got
Yeah.
sort of a spiritual purpose.
Yeah. Let's just say that the company's philosophy is based on a spiritual mindset. Yeah,
Very
but
important.
it's still a shop which is like selling material things. So
Well, it still sounds good to me. Not many companies like that.
yeah.
Very good for you. I think Candy's here. Maybe
Yeah.
you can get through. Candy's coming through. Hi, Candy.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Oh,
Good to see you both. You're both having good weeks, I take it.
Yeah.
not exactly, but
Oh, okay. But you're still
um,
smiling.
that's me. That's
That's
me.
good. Is it hot in Germany, Elijah?
Nah, it's not bad hot. It's sometimes rainy. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like summer yet.
Oh, good. That's cool.
I don't know. Like, it is supposed to be a lot hotter in Germany right now, but like, I don't know. Many people are complaining about the weather.
Well, it's very hot in Missouri.
Yes.
Okay.
And oh, Missouri is
Oh.
it's a very humid place.
More so this summer. Yes.
Well, do you guys have any spiritual topic you want to discuss for a little bit, or any questions or
There's
answers?
something, yeah, there's something which we discovered. Um, my mother, like, I also like saw it like occasionally, but like we discovered a book. Maybe you know that book. It is a book which I'm studying right now. It's called EOS Voice in the Wind by Anna Roberts.
Oh yeah, I know her. I know her as an author. Well, could you say
Yeah,
the title one more time? She's an
EOS Voice in the Wind,
I don't know that title, but I've read another book by hers whose title I don't
or
recall.
EOS. I'm sorry, I mean EOS Voice in the Wind. The IH is pronounced like an R, right?
Ah,
EOS Voice in the Wind. Yeah,
she's from Oregon, is that right?
that
Uh,
is possible. Yeah.
yes, Oregon. I talked to her a lot years ago.
She has her own community, Faithist community
Is she
in
still alive?
quotes. What's that? Is
Is
she
she
alive?
still alive?
I guess, but I don't know for a fact.
I doubt if she's alive. Anyway, her mentor died, and actually the other people on the land had never read Oahspe. And the
Mm,
Oahspe
Okay.
reader went there, and he was very disappointed that there was nobody that wanted to talk about Oahspe while he was there. So that's
yeah,
6 or 7 years ago. He was
I,
alive then.
I've they have a very nice website and it looks really great and wonderful. But and although it's associated with Oahspe and they're trying to start a community, I've heard it's the same old story. There's lots of grumblings, like people went there and they felt not so good about what happened to them. I don't have any details about it, although I'd like to research it at some point. So it's another example of how hard it is to start a community where everyone feels like they're going in the same direction in harmony.
I have another
Yeah.
question, general. Like, are there actually like real, well-established faithist communities in the world, like who are really following the Zarathustrian law, who are really like living the life of a faithist?
Important question. Candy, should I go first or you?
Well, I don't think there are any now. I think that in the past there were some that made some real efforts, but I don't know of any that I would consider. But you go ahead, Bob.
Well, I'm writing a book on, that's my topic for a book that I'm writing right now, and I'm gathering information. And what Candy said is essentially correct. There are quasi communities like we kind of have a community that it's based through the internet or phone calls, long distance communities, I suppose. And
Okay.
some of them are brighter or darker than others. But there, as far as successful communities, there's been a lot of cults or where people, let me say, I'm just put a round number. There's probably been about 15 to 20 times where it didn't work out too well. It failed
Okay.
because the person in charge couldn't get enough material progress going where they had gardens and some type of production going. So this community was self-sustaining, or there was a leader who was had too much power and so misused it to some degree. But there have been a few. The ones that I know of that have been successful are the Eloists in Massachusetts, and we all think highly of them. Another was the Essenes of Cosman in Colorado, and Wing Anderson was one of the leaders there, and they wrote several books. I've talked to a child who grew up there. His name's Thor Anderson, and he lives in the Appalachians now, very kind of a wild mountain man now. But he has good things. He had said it really went well. I'm not sure why it ended. I think people just got old and they couldn't attract any followers. But Wing Anderson is the guy who produced the 1935 Blue Oahspe, if you didn't know.
I have that Oahspe, and Ann Roberts' mentor was part of Wing Anderson's group, I think, for a while. And I think also Joan Greer, who is now 93 years old.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was
found Oahspe when she was 17.
Was she in part of the Scenes of Cosman? Or are you saying that she just founded her own group?
No, well, she didn't really start her own group. So
Does Melina count? Melina, I thought she was sort of in charge of Melina. Or the UFK had started, I guess I should say the UFK started Melina.
well, I was there once or twice. You know, that was owned by Carl.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And she never lived there. I mean, we just had some conferences there.
I see.
He assumed that she would move there, but she had never had that intention. And so
I didn't know
it
that.
was, yeah, because Carl spent $7,000 on digging this well because they were so high up. And anyway, I voted against that project and some other projects, and nobody ever asked me why. And I was anxious to tell them why from my experiences of community starting in 1979 here in the countryside. You know, I left the cities, my husband and I did, but the Druges just really focus in wherever there's light, and the Druges just I was naive about the power of the Druges and a lot of things. So you know, Oahspe says have groups of, you know, families and what, with 10 people, 10 to 20 people. You know, that's the start before you do the big thing. And I really do believe that siblings and cousins and, you know, people that are really know each other and are in one area, uh, is good to focus on something more like that.
That's a very good, great point, Candy. Any reaction at all to this or any other thoughts, Elijah?
I've also written a mail to the Eloists. Like I occasionally like talk to them, and I also ask them whether they know if there are some faithless communities in the world, and they also like confirmed that there are no real established faithless communities as of yet. They know of, basically. Like I know that in England there's the Cosmon Church. I also looked up the website, but the Cosmon Church is also like they're also like Oahspe is one of the sources, but they also do their own thing basically. Like they also live a bit independently from Oahspe.
Well,
Like they also
Go ahead.
I went to the Cosman Church in England a couple of different times, and
yeah
I mean, they got very old, and some of the grandchildren were willing to kind of say they were a member, but they really didn't have it in their hearts, and
yeah
they were a little bit more wealthy than the average English person, and they were just, I mean, they would come for Sunday services, but only one man lived there, and he passed away in 2002. So and and the leading teacher, she had moved to the States, and now we have a Cosman Church that meets in Brooklyn every Sunday, but everybody has their own individual homes, but they meet for wonderful meditation and worship, and a vegan potluck, and you know, and I went there, and Leslie Alexander, and the lady, there were 2 or 3 ladies from England. We all met there at one time, and that was a wonderful experience.
Like I really wish to meet other faiths, like, but face to face. Like I really appreciate our online meetings, but I would really also like to meet faiths in person. For example, like in order to complete my studies, I also have to go abroad for 3 months to an English speaking country where English is the first language. And I also told my parents that I really would love to go to a faithist family, maybe only like to know how they live and to like to build a connection, like like to get to know like actual faithist face to face. And that is an experience I would really like to make.
Candy will take
Well,
you
you could, I mean, I can invite you here, but now that my husband has passed, and I have, this is a 6-room house. We wanted to have community here, but there were all those Druja problems. And I have, you know, like here, I don't know, here's a bedroom for
Okay.
guests and visitors. And this home
looks nice.
yeah, this is it's upstairs, beautiful view of the Ozarks.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah, looks nice. Like it's still in the future.
I don't know too many.
Like the project.
Yeah, I think Candy would be one of your top candidates. Um,
But thanks for the offer. Yeah.
Barb has a faithist family, but they're moving. I don't know, you know, and people are different. I'm not. I can't invite you for on her behalf or anything, but I can't think of too many faithist families that I know where the children are in tune with everything. You know, Elijah, you're one of the few families in the world I think like that. So you kind of have a faithist community where you are right now.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
Think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
You're very fortunate.
Now, Renata Otto stayed here in the 80s, and she speaks German.
Really?
You know, she was born in and still lives in South Africa, and she has a 200-acre farm there.
Okay.
And she just loves Oahspe, and she's probably I'm 75 and she's probably 70. But
Hi,
she
Mike.
sure was
Hey, how's
dedicated.
it going?
Hello.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Hey,
Good to see
sorry I'm
you.
late.
Good to
Thank
see
you.
you,
Mike-
man.
Mike can't see my place. He had never met anybody face to face, and so he met me.
That's cool. Mike,
Mike-
Elijah's been asking us about different possible communities or possible families that are Faithists, Oahspe based in nature, that he could visit. And Kenny's the best candidate right now that I can think of. Mike, do you have any ideas on that? Or
So what, you're in Germany, right? Is that
Yes.
correct?
I live in
Okay,
Germany.
right, okay, I'm trying to think. I don't know any Faithists in any other countries or anything, but, actually I just met Leslie a couple months ago. I think I had told you about that, Bob.
yeah, very good.
So, and also not just, and Dan too. Well, I guess
Dr.
Dan
Yeah,
considers himself Faithist or not.
Dr. Dan Gabriel would also be a good choice. He's certainly a long timer. He's in his 80s though, lives in
Uh-huh.
Texas. So
Right.
you might be able to do a tour of America or something. There might, if you could coordinate a schedule or something where itinerary where you could meet different Faithists for a few days. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
brainstorming here.
that would be like, oh, that would be great. Like if I actually managed to like meet many Faithists during those 3 months,
Mm.
that would be wow, wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Which
can.
3 months are you aiming for?
When exactly? You mean?
Yes. When do you want to take this trip?
Oh, it's still in the future. Like I'm still like in the beginning of my like study in university, but in the future, like in the next few years, I will have to go abroad for 3 months. Yeah.
Well, we could try to network for you, Elijah, and put you in contact. It's hard to find people that want to be visited too. So
Yeah.
and have the time
Yeah.
make the timing work. But I
Right.
don't know. I'm sure
Well,
there's a few people.
yeah, I have the mailing list. I can definitely send out a
Oh.
message to all the Faithists because I've got like 80 of them, 80 Faithists on the mailing
Wow.
list.
80. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. So, I can definitely let people know that when you're ready to travel, you can make a
Yeah.
Actually, Mike, is it possible to get that information from you? Because I wouldn't mind reaching out to some people.
Yeah. Yeah, I can send you the list. I don't think anybody. That reminds me, did you ever hear back from is it Glenn? Wasn't he supposed to?
Yeah, he basically
you-
said, yeah, I did.
Okay.
They will not permit me to join the conference call.
What? What was the reason?
They feel I'll be disharmonious.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That I'm
Well,
a wild man.
Michael, I would like to listen, and particularly I'd like contact with Dale Laddie.
Okay.
And, of course, Dale caused quite an uproar 2 or 3 weeks ago, but Glenn kind of stayed calm, and it was good, and Dale came back the next week regardless of
What
Yeah,
happened, Dale? You said Dale and Glenn had a little something, or
yeah, well, Dale, anyway, I don't want to go into all that negativity,
okay.
but
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I think from that experience, Glenn might be softening, but anyway, Dale Laddie has land in Colorado and I think Carolina or Tennessee, something like that. And oh yes, and Paul Combs, he reached out to me last week. He's in Tennessee,
Dale,
but
Mhm.
I think
Dale
Dale would
sounds
be a
familiar.
good one.
What's Dale's last name? May I ask?
It's Lottie, Latty, I believe is how he spells it.
Anyway, Elijah, everybody who's a Oahspe proponent, a faithist, quote unquote, we're all human, and it's like we're not like super angels or anything. I mean, we have that as an ideal, or we're trying to do the Creator's will. But there's personalities involved, and there's a history of some conflicts at times where things haven't
Mhm.
gone so well. I don't like Candy said, I don't want to drag you down with negativity, but it would be cool for you to meet different people. So I think
Yeah,
Mike's list of names would be a great place to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
I have
I
a
agree.
better
Yeah,
response with non-Oahspians who are
Ah.
vegetarian, and,
Yeah.
and then I can bring them along, and I'm very proud that several of the people who came, stayed for 6 months or a year, went away, did some other things, and then they came back, or or they kept in touch with me. So I feel I mean this one 30-year-old man, he's come back 3 times in the last 12 months.
Well, there you go.
So
Anyway, there's something to be said for making connections and trying to be friends, spiritual friends, and supporting one another and reaching out and making a connection, a network kind of.
Yeah.
And that's very cool. What Candy
Yeah.
did.
Elijah, are you on Facebook?
yeah, I am, but I'm not that active on Facebook. But yeah, I have a Facebook profile.
Because I know there's a small little group of Faithists on Facebook. Actually, they're younger people, probably more, around your age.
Really, my age?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay, what are they called?
I can get you because Candy knows because she's on Facebook more than I am actually. Wouldn't you say that there are several Faithists, Candy, around Elijah's age?
well, yes, there are some, but like the problem is a lot of people's spouses won't accept the teachings, and so that causes some stress, and so anyway, um I, there are several different groups, and when they first started, they had a lot of activity. I don't know if there's a lot of activity with the groups lately. I've had these personal problems helping my family the last 2 years, so I haven't had time to do Facebook the last couple of years,
Oh,
basically.
and of course, there's some on YouTube. There are people that have
It's true.
channels and whatnot there. So
Yeah.
reach
Yeah.
out. Oh,
That's very true, Mike. Thank you for that. The only thing I would say, Elijah, you really have to go in. It's good to go in with a positive attitude, but you should also, I don't want to say take care, because there's some strange dogma that flies around sometimes, and the motive sometimes can be less than ideal. So go in with some caution. Don't. When I first started, I read Oahspe for 10 years, never met anyone. So I had this in my mind. The idea in my mind was everyone who's read Oahspe is a great person, and I want to be their friend. And it didn't work out that way. I don't want to get negative either, but there are some people.
right.
So I mean, most people are going to be very good and normal people, but still just keep your eye open and say, and don't just trust people completely. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, that's very surprising to me because I always thought, like you said, that if someone really studies Oahspe and really
Yeah.
believes in it, like there's some concept I call like the happy message. I call it the happy message. It's like the
Mhm.
beautiful truth about all things. And I always say that if a person knows that happy truth, the beautiful truth, then it is like almost impossible to like be negative or to be like, I don't know, to be a bad person.
Yeah, I don't mean like they're a serial killer or something. I just mean that they might be hard to deal with it at some point for some, they have some strange ideas that spring from Oahspe. It's not really Oahspe based, but it's connected and it's in their spiritual system. So it might be it might be frustrating to work to communicate with them at some point or to start to
Okay.
try to be a friend. But but I don't want you to not take the steps of reaching out either. So I'm just saying, just try to find some wisdom and perspective about it so that you
Yeah.
don't get hurt you might get frustrated if oh, wow. So there's some people out there who are a little unusual and
Yeah.
you'll be surprised at how they turned Oahspe into something else. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but like Candy said, a lot of great spiritual people never read Oahspe. And I think actually I'd like to kick myself in the pants. I think I should be reaching out more to people who have never read Oahspe and have some kind of new age perspective.
Yeah.
What do you guys
That's
think?
what I was trying to do in Houston. I wanted to, get together with some new age groups and whatnot, and and subtly, drop some information about Oahspe and see if they're interested. And they may not be. It may not be their thing because a lot of people are not into that kind of some of the things that Oahspe teaches. They're not really into it. So.
Touching the matter of New Age, like in Oahspe, it is revealed that Cosmos started in the year, I think, 8048, right?
Yes.
And it is also confirmed, also in Radiance by the angels, that like who talked through the Edoist or who like channeled to the Edoist, that like I still remember that in the year 200 Anno Cosmon, like 200 years after Cosmon, like in the year 2048, that Cosmon will reach its peak, Like, do you also remember that part? Like, can you confirm that information? That
Yes.
the world is going to change in the year 2048?
Yes, I've heard that. I've seen it in several different places. Radiance and also in other Oahspe based journals.
Yeah, so you can confirm that information.
Yeah.
Because I'm still like I know, but like I think we all can agree on the fact that the Creator's kingdom on earth is going to happen. Like it is going to happen. Like it's like undeniable. But what I'm thinking is whether his kingdom on earth will start in the year 2048 or if it will encompass the whole world in the year 2048.
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
Well, of course, we're not prophets, but we should keep an open mind that where we are right now, we want to do the best we can. I think this prayer group is a kind of just one way that many people are trying to reach out and connect with others.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it behooves us all to. That's what life is. It's like you're going down the river, and there's different channels you can go down, and it's up to us to make our decisions and try to be of some service to the world. Figure things out. The question is, how can I help other people be more one with the Creator?
You're right.
And there's many ways.
Infinite ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to contact me, my email is oahspe2002@yahoo.com.
Okay. Is it the same email with which like Bob contacts you for the meetings?
Yes.
Okay. Then I can look it up. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your offer, Candace.
Yes.
Guys, we have 10 minutes left. We could pray about this since this is the topic. how do you feel? Would you rather discuss more, or would you like to pray about the communities, cosmic communities? How do you feel?
I mean, we could end the meeting with praying, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. In the Creator's spirit of the Creator, O divine person, we are always trying to be more one with you. We are imperfect because you created us with the capacity to improve, and we want to be better than we are. And that absolutely means we have to find ways to be more harmonious, to be better friends, to foster spiritual friendships and spiritual works where we do something of value for the world that's spiritual. It may not be visible to the world, but we would like to work together as a unit, as a community, where we perform good works, where we help people, or at least we can create good thoughts which help people. Affirmation is, let us be a channel of your peace, O Creator. I can type that quickly. It's not, okay. Okay, I hope you can read this. It's misspelled.
Yeah, but okay.
Okay, 3,
Okay.
2, 1. Let us be
Let us be
a channel
a channel
of your peace.
Of your
O
peace,
Creator.
O Creator.
Let us be
Let us
Let us
be
a
be
channel of your
a
peace.
channel
channel
of your
of
peace,
your
O
peace,
Creator.
O Creator.
Let us be
Let us
Let us
be
be
a channel
a
channel
channel
of your
of
peace.
your
peace.
peace.
O Creator.
Creator. Thanks, guys. Elijah, would you be so good?
Yeah. O Creator, we really wish to live by your example, to live like to fulfill your will. And we also know that you not only want us to believe in you and your message, but you also want us to act, like to live your message, because you reveal to us that there's a difference between Oahspeans, believers, and Faithists, and the key factor which differentiates Faithists from believers is that Faithists actually participate in your rites and ceremonies and act as a community, while believers are more scattered and do not keep your rites and ceremonies. But we really wish to be able to live in a Faithist community and to follow your ideal rites and ceremonies. And we would be really happy to meet such an opportunity. So I guess my affirmation would be, I wish to serve in your community, O Creator. I can type it out.
Okay.
I wish to serve in your community, O Creator.
Creator.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I wish
I wish
to
to
serve
serve in your
your
community, O Creator.
Creator. I
I
wish
wish
to
to
serve
serve in your
your
community,
community, O
O
Creator.
Creator.
I
I
wish
wish
I wish
to
to
serve
serve
in your
in
in your
community,
community,
O
O
Creator.
Creator. Well, that was great, Elijah. Thanks so much. Candy, would you please do the honors?
Well, I want to share this message again. The message, this is your Creator. I will be handling all of your problems and concerns today. That's my job. Your job is to give them to me and then to trust me. Have a great day.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Any affirmation?
Trust our Creator.
3, 2, 1. Trust
Trust
our
our
Creator.
Creator.
Trust
Trust
our Creator.
our Creator.
Trust
Trust
our
our
Creator.
Our
Creator.
Creator.
Simple and beautiful. Thanks, Candy. Mike, would you lead us with your prayer?
Okay. Oh, great Spirit, great Jehovah, we are so thankful, ever thankful for the many blessings and the many nuggets of truth and light of the essence that you give us of your essence. We pray that the world can become one through diversity, that we can become one community through affirmation and love and wisdom. We pray that we always follow your light, that we do not follow simple individual service, but collective service, for there is unity in thee in all things. And I hope that the world can discover this great truth. And
Even more at the Olympics. Remember, Oahspe predicted the reestablishment of Olympics. And may there be some real love between all that are there.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Mike, beautiful, beautiful prayer. And Candy, thanks for that very important idea. Mike, do you have any you want to continue your prayer or finish it? Or
yeah, I was finished. My affirmation is, in diversity there is one.
Very good. Go ahead.
In diversity there is one.
There's one.
3, 2, 1. In diversity,
In diversity
there's one.
there is one.
In diversity,
In diversity
there is
one.
one.
In diversity there is
one.
One.
Okay, very wonderful and beautiful. I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad. Thank you, Mike, so much. Thanks to all you guys, Candy and Elijah. Elijah, I really like the topic you brought, and we could. It's a deep topic. It's a lot to discuss, actually.
Yeah.
I would be happy to go back to it again, maybe with more specific issues or questions you might have about it. I'm very happy we did the prayer too. It seems to be a completion of some. I feel like it set a positive direction for me. Hearing everyone's prayer was very meaningful for me, anyway. I know for you too.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it is great.
It feels like I feel like I'm being guided a little closer to wherever we need to be going.
Absolutely.
We have about a minute left, so anybody else, anything else to say, or just?
I had a question. Are we meeting on one particular day now? I'm sorry, I've been so busy.
Right now, it's Fridays at 7 and Sundays at 7.
Okay.
And
I'm showing you my land here in the Ozarks.
Oh, great.
I have 2 acres.
Oh,
there's your community.
great.
There it is.
Elijah and his family are going to be coming soon.
Yeah. Sounds
That's
great to
great.
me.
Well, I have 4 bedrooms.
Prayer blessing Zoom sessions are held weekly. Please join with us to create light and love blessings for our world. You may have noticed our world could use a lot of good prayers and blessings. Sincerity and good will mean everything in this work. To join a session, email Bob at robertbayer3741@yahoo.com. We are all angels of the Creator in the making. For we are a blessing, as love is our power. Prayer Blessing Zoom Sessions.